Hi, welcome back to Storytime Live with Val Snow. Today I'm going to talk about how it was watching my mom live a polygamous lifestyle. All right, I got two viewers. Let's see who's here. Anyone? No one's chatting. Okay. Well, I'll just get into the story then. So, watching my mom live polygamy, I essentially just watched her be a single parent. That's her with me and Chanel. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi, Irina. Hey, Mary. Let's see. Okay, so talking about watching my mom live polygamy and what that was like. So as a child, I didn't really know much. I knew my mom, and since she was brainwashed, then I was easily brainwashed because I was definitely a mama's boy. Hey, Sammy. Let's see. So yeah, so I just watched her. Basically, she was like a single parent. I didn't really deal with my dad very much, and he never wanted to marry her. He didn't like her. But his dad told him that they needed that connection. And looking back now, they needed that connection to my mom's side of the family. Because now today, that my dad and his brothers have a wife from every family, and it's so they could get the foot in the door to control these families and have more control over everyone in the polygamous culture. Hey, Stark, welcome. All right. So if you guys have any questions for my mom, she did say that we could go over and film another video. Just put them in the normal chat, not the live chat later on. Hey, Shay. And then if you guys have any questions about what it was like watching my mom live that way, I'm trying to remember what else. I know she did daycare, and I actually have a picture here of Jessica, Andrea, Colleen, Chanel, and me. And those two stayed in the order, so we're not showing their faces. But there's a story about that because she did daycare, and she really had no help. And I don't like to talk about Daniel, but it's hard to talk about what it was like with watching my parents without talking about Daniel. And so I'll just go over that real quick. Daniel had favorite wives. And even though my mom was watching Jessica and Andrea and their siblings, then a different favorite wife got all the benefits, like the state funding for the daycare and stuff. And Daniel told my mom that she didn't need it and that she could figure something else out. Have you watched the episodes with your mom when your sisters were trying to get her out and move out? I think I was in one of them for like 2 seconds, actually. But yeah, I didn't really need to watch. I already knew what was going on. Let's see. My brother has the same middle name as your father. Yuck. Just kidding. I had to change my name, so I didn't have any of that in my name. All right, so watching my mom, there was so many times that she got fired, and she would get fired from her job because Daniel was having a bad day and was just mad. And there was one time in particular, I remember that he fired her. And so then she went and got like she went to apply for food stamps. And then she also signed up for like CNA classes, and she was going to go to school for that and just better herself. And he came back, and I might be putting two different times together because this happened kind of a lot. Like he would just get mad and tell her, "You're out of the family. I don't want you here." And eventually that's how she decided to leave for real. But yeah, so this one time, and I was little, maybe, well, not too little. I think I was like 14 at the time. and he made her apologize to me for her setting a bad example by doing that, by getting food stamps and going to try to go to CNA classes and stuff like that. And I just remember, like, I was like, "Mom, it's okay," like, 'cause she's apologizing, and the whole time I was thinking, "Well, Daniel, you've never apologized for any of the times you was a bad example. Like, this doesn't make any sense." And my mom was crying, and it was just like, I did anything. When I watched my mom, like, she would cry, and I was just like, I would do anything I could because I knew she was alone. Like, at my age right now, if I was like, she had 9 kids. Like, I can't even imagine having 9 kids right now. That is insane to me. Sorry, I'm talking like trauma dump right now. So if it gets too intense, I should have warned you guys about some of this stuff. Let's see. But no, Irina, I never really watched the episodes because I already knew what happened. How did they find time or space to make more babies? Literally. So that's interesting. The thing that the women there in the order, they're very aware of their cycles, and they need to be, because whenever they're on their like cycle of being like fertile, they basically call him up and tell him, "Hey, I'm my most fertile right now, and you need to come over and like bring another spirit into the world, bring another child into the world." So yeah, they learned to pay attention to their bodies very well. And I, for a gay man, know way too much about what's it called? Pregnancies. I know way too much about cycles and pregnancies and all that. And morning sickness. How romantic. Sorry, I asked. Yeah. That's not really a romantic scenario there. Probably only took him like 10 minutes to do his thing and leave. We'll go to the next one. I legit cannot fathom having 9 kids. My 2 sometimes overwhelm me. Yeah, that is. I just have 3 dogs, and that overwhelms me. That's crazy. So let's see, what else did I notice about her? Um, she didn't really ask for things directly because they shame you. If you ask for something directly, then she got like a lot of pushback. They really did tell her a lot of the time. Like, they basically, Paul gets up in church and he tells everyone, um, no one here goes hungry. Everyone here has everything they need. But then on the other side of that, if a wife like my mom doesn't have money for food or whatever, they just tell her, well, that's because she's not doing what she's supposed to do. Because if she was doing what she's supposed to do, God would provide and she would have those things. I can't imagine what the order spends on pregnancy tests. It's a scary thought to think about it. Yeah, so I don't know how personal this is, but I know she went through 4 miscarriages in a row, and Daniel just didn't believe her. Like, he thought maybe she was just trying not to get pregnant. So the last miscarriage, I hope this is not like the last of the 4, she saved it in a bottle to show him so that he would believe her. Oh my gosh, my uncle learned the woman don't pee out of their until he was like almost 40. Oh, I know. Wow. People are weird. My sister, she's one of the twins that stayed. She explained a period and she was like having cramps and everything. And she was like, you need to know because one day you're going to be married to a woman and you need to understand what she's going through. And yeah, now I know. Rules or new rules in the order. How did he find out? How did he find out what? Let me think. How romantic. Sorry, I asked. Oh, she kind of made it a deal because she was losing. She had so many miscarriages because of her job, and so she brought it up to him, and yeah. Periods are hell. Yeah, I'm glad I'm a guy. Sorry. I do feel for you women. Wow. Let's see. I thought my grandma in her 60s. I was shocked. I taught my grandma in her 60s. I was shocked she didn't know. She didn't know what. Gotta go have fun, y'all, tonight. I don't do tiptoe. See ya. All right. So trying to think of what else to tell you guys. Because a lot of the stories of watching her do this and live this lifestyle was really painful to watch. She was essentially just a single parent, and anytime things didn't work out for her, she blamed herself because that's what she was trained to do. And there was definitely, and I don't like to use this word, but there was a definite, like, if I seen her cry, I would do anything for her. Like, I legitimately stayed, like, after I was 18, I helped raise the kids. And those younger kids, they were like my kids. I viewed them as my kids. And yeah, those last, let's see, I stayed till I was 23 so that I could help with paying the bills and paying for those kids. And when I started working at the coal mine, my mom was like, "You're getting more money than me." And I was like, "Yeah, and I'm happy to help out." And I did. I helped out. And it was a very trauma bonded relationship. And I'm sorry, Mom. We're working on it now. Like, I've always loved her. I still do. And together we're working on a healthier relationship. I have birth control in my arm. I can go months without a period. Oh, that's nice. No pregnant. Just to be clear. So if that grossed you out, no, I don't get grossed out about that stuff. I've heard worse. How long your mom got out of the order? So I wanted to bring up this fact. And I feel like this. The longer you stay in the order, the harder it is to adapt. And I feel like because I got it out at 23, that I'm a little bit stunted in a lot of ways. But like, it would have been nice to get out a little younger and have an adopted family like some of these others. But I didn't really need it, I guess. I was already a grown up. And I think my mom struggles to adapt because she was like 45 when she got out. So she's still adapting to the outside world. I was saying I also had to experience of teaching an older family member about the anatomy of the nether region. Oh boy. Yeah, I had a sex talk with all my younger siblings because I knew they wouldn't get it in the order after I left, and I tried to keep it like PG, but give them the information. I think we can give up development in some areas when we are forced to develop more in certain areas. Yeah, that makes sense. Is she happier since leaving? She has freedom, and that, I think, alone makes people a lot happier. But we're gonna ask her later on those kind of questions. Like, I can't speak on her behalf, so just like questions for her, let's put in the normal comments, and I'll answer the best I can. But I'm really only speculating on her side of the things. Hi Val, how are your sisters doing? I remember them from the show. Yeah. Again, I don't really speak on anyone else's behalf, but they seem to be doing well. Let's see. They have to learn about the birds and the bees somehow, right? Oh, my dog's making noises. Flowers and trees. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of people here today. Well, 9, but for me, that's a lot. I just barely started. Okay. We've been on for 15 minutes. That's not an alarm to get off, by the way. That's just not what I meant to say. That's just an alarm to my appreciation journal or get ready for bed or whatever. All right. So, what was your relationship with some of the other wives? Oh, we didn't really have one. Like, I mean, a babysitter. I had the sixth wife was my babysitter for a while. The third wife was my boss. I got fired so many times. There was from her. She fired me. Like there was one time she fired me, and then she calls me up and she's like, "Get back into work. You have 2 hours." And I'm like, "No, you fired me. I'm done. I don't have to go to work anymore." And I just didn't go back. What was your relationship? Okay, let's see. That one I just read. I have a class in the morning and I'm a new college student. Well, good night then. I should probably let you guys go. Let's see if there's anything else I could tell about watching my mom live that lifestyle. Okay, so I did mention that Daniel didn't really like her, that he didn't really want to marry her, right? And that he only did it because his dad viewed it as a control of the Hanson family. Like they needed those boys to be married to everybody's families so that they could have more control over everybody. And because of that fact, he didn't treat her very good at all. Like I'm trying to remember. There was one time he came to our house and he was like holding a picture and he just like had me sit with him. Not this picture, but a picture of her and her family and her brothers. And he's just like, how many of these people are going to hell, basically? And I was just like, what do you mean? These are good. These are like my uncles and stuff. And he's like, well, they're not in the order. And I'm like, some are. And he's just like, well, yeah, he didn't really see her family in a positive light and he didn't treat her well. Let's see. I'm missing some of your comments here. I know there's more to tell you about this. Oh yeah, they would do moms meetings where he would get all the wives together like once a month after church, and they would go over. I don't know what they went over, but my mom always came home pissed off after a mom's meeting because they basically ganged up on her in those meetings. I don't know if that was a secret. Hopefully not. Okay. What do you think you learned from your mom that at that time? The things you wanted to keep on your past and pass on, as well as the things you learned or you didn't want to moving forward in your life. Okay, so I learned my mom needed help. So well, it wasn't really my decision, but Daniel kind of pulled me out of school at 14 and I had a full-time job from that point on to help out with the bills. And actually, you guys know Jessica from the show. She was the same age as me. And she was paying her mom $400 a month before she got out of the order just for rent and just to help out. And keep in mind, minimum wage was like $5 at the time, and we wasn't getting maybe even minimum wage because we were just kids. But he justified pulling me out of school because I wasn't making enough to even match what she was paying her mom. What did you learn about from your mom? So what did I learn? Let's see. My mom taught me a lot of things, and I love her to death. Anything spiritual that she taught me now just sounds like circus music. Like I think my own spiritual journey is like no one can tell me my own spiritual journey now, and I don't let anyone. I learned she was really intelligent, and she let those people hold her down and hold her back. And I'm glad she's out, and I'm glad she's not doing that anymore. Have you seen your father's baby pictures? I have not seen my father's baby pictures. I typically don't call him that either. I don't know what I call him, but for your sake, we'll call him that. That reminds me of the inquiries from Star Wars, third sister, four brothers, seventh sister, etc. Yeah. What number of wife is your mom? She was the seventh. She was the seventh wife of 14. How did you... how did I perceive mom's relationship with the other wives? She really liked the ones that came before her. I think she was excited. And that was the other thing, being the oldest. I did get to see, she hit the ground running. She wanted to be a mom. She was really excited to be a mom. And she did a really good job until she got like 5 kids and was the only parent. And that was overwhelming. And I mean, what are you going to do? But she did the best she could with what she was given. As far as the other wives, she tried to be friends with some of them, but there was a lot of drama with the wives. You could never get too close to them because there was always that jealousy going on. Let's see. Your father is just jealous that your mom is smarter than he is. Oh my gosh. I can't even stand talking about him because he's such an egomaniac. If you talk about him, he eats it. He's happy, even if it's bad things. He likes that you're giving him attention. I'm just like, oh God. But yeah, number 15, I should have put that down below. I'll put that down below so that you can watch number 15 on Amanda Ray's channel. She'll go over who that person is, who our dad is, who my dad is, not her dad. Sorry. Your father is just okay. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, intimidated by her strength. Yeah, she's a very strong woman. Is your mom's family still mostly in the order? No, my mom's family is mostly out of the order. There's only one of her sisters that are still in the order, and her mom's still in the order as well. That's where things get complicated because my mom watches out for grandma sometimes. Are some of your siblings still in the order? Yes, I have 2 twins. You can't see them in this picture because I put tape over their face, but yeah, they're still in the order. And their birthday's coming up. It's 9/11 is their birthday. I wonder how old they'll be. I can't remember anymore. Are some of your siblings still in the order? Yeah, that was the one I just did. All right, you guys. Wow, we hit 20 minutes. Do you have any last questions about this? And if you have any more questions in the future, put them down in the comments and I'll go over them with my mom and she can answer whatever she's comfortable with. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. I can't call your dad a dad. Oh, yeah, he's not. I wouldn't call him that. What do I call him? I don't really know. I don't give him the time of day. I like to not give him that kind of energy. It's not that I hate him. I just don't like him very much, and there's no room in my life for someone like that. This was awesome. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Sunflower. You're sweet. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm going to head out. Did Daniel ever show love towards you and your siblings? Oh my God, if he did, when he did, okay. Yeah, when Daniel showed up and he was nice to you, you knew something bad was going to happen because he's not nice to you unless something bad is about to happen. It's scary when Daniel's nice. I have an uncle like your dad. I'm so moved, honestly. All right, so let's see. What else am I going to tell you guys? Stay tuned, I guess. I'm going to make a video of hamburger buns and how to make hamburger buns. Homemade. All right. Love you guys. Well, talk to you later.